Please be seated. Welcome, everyone. My name is Gene Concordia, and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the Rowan College of South Jersey Board of Trustees. As we kick off RCSJ's 2023 commencement celebration, it's my pleasure to introduce the Rowan College of South Jersey Wind Symphony. And would you remain standing following the anthem? At this time, I invite Reverend Dr. Duncans to offer the invocation.
Let us pray. O Lord our God, we thank you for your presence on this exciting day of celebration. We have come to honor and applaud the hard work and accomplishments of all of these distinguished graduates. We first thank you for all the family and friends and loved ones who have come to share and support them as they take the next step toward their destiny. And Lord, help our graduates to enjoy and recognize the importance of this moment in their lives. In the words of Booker T. Washington, you measure your life by the accomplishments and the obstacles you have overcome to reach your goal. We thank you for their long nights of study, for the days where, with your help, they met every challenge, determined not to let anything stop them. Oh God, we thank you for the beautiful world you have created, and strengthen each one of these graduates as they go out and discover their place within it. And finally, Lord, be with us in all that we do. As we remember the exhortation of the psalmist, this is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This is your servant's prayer. Amen.
Allow me to introduce Cumberland County Commissioner Director, Douglas Albrecht.
Good evening. And as you introduced me, the Cumberland County Commissioner Director, and as a representative of the Board of Commissioners, I have the privilege to address the graduates gathered today. It is my honor. Graduation day is a great day, a special day. Today is an ending in which you can reflect all the hard work that took to achieve your degree. You realize how good a time manager you've become. You can stop and look around and cherish the friends and classmates you've made along this way, this journey, this struggle, and earn the right to walk in the ceremony. You can look back on many things that you've learned, the things you believe you will never use again. You will. And at that time, I hope a face of a professor will pop into your mind just for a moment, and once again remind you of those days, and you will smile. It is also a beginning, starting of an exciting new career path. Ponder a new promotion you may think is possible now. You will take a path back, some will take a path back to school for an additional degree or continue to improve your skill, your knowledge, your skills, and enhance your future. The possibilities are endless at this time. But just for a few moments, just enjoy it. Take it all in. Revel in your accomplishments. Because sometime later today, I ask you to thank your family for all the support and the belief they've had in you to get to this day. And give them a hug. The class of 2023 from the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners, we congratulate you. We wish you special good luck. Make us proud. And we look forward to big things out of you in the future. Thanks.
On behalf of the Rowan College of South Jersey Board of Trustees and our distinguished guests joining us today for this celebration of graduates, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the RCSJ's 4th annual commencement ceremony. Let me take a moment to introduce our other colleagues and guests who are here today with us. Please hold your applause until everyone is announced. Trustee Ruby Love, Trustee Reverend Dr. James Duncans, Trustee Yolanda Garcia Balicki, Esquire, Trustee Lita Abel, Trustee Kenneth McCouch, Trustee Dr. Warren Wallace, Trustee Dr. Ed Galetka, Trustee Dr. Robert Bumpus, Commissioner Director Douglas Albrecht, Joe Pranzantelli, Project Director for Workforce Solutions and Research, New Jersey Community College Consortium for Workforce and Economic Development. Grand Marshal, Associate Professor Shelley Dean. Dr. Fred Keating, President. Dr. James Bacone, Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer. Dr. Brendan Rickards, Provost and Vice President of Academic Services. Judy Atkinson, Vice President, Student Services. Dominic Bersicelli, Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer. Joshua Piddington, Vice President, Chief Information Officer. Jan Hasselman, Dean of Behavioral Science, Law, and Social Justice. Dr. Patricia Claghorn, Dean of Business Studies. Bridget Satchel, Special Assistant to the Provost and Dean of Career and Technical Education. Dr. Lynn Lichenberger, Dean of Education and Humanities and Academic Services. Dr. Susan Hall, Special Assistant to the Provost and Dean of Nursing and Health Professions. Diane Trace, Dean of STEM. Cody Miller, Director of Foundation and Alumni Relations. Frank Piccone, Advisor of the Year. Louis Spies, Adjunct of the Year. Judy Capuzzi, Teacher Excellence Award recipient. Leslie Martinez and Cody McMahon, flag bearers. Guests joining us in the VIP seating area, Assemblywoman Beth Ann McCarthy Patrick, Beth Sawyer, New Jersey Legislative District 3. Cumberland County Commissioners, Joseph Cilio and Victoria Gretsch Lodes. Dr. Mary Gruccio, Donna Carolla, and Dr. Keith Figgs, Cumberland County Campus Education Foundation board members, local superintendents and principals from the area high schools, early college, high school options program, liaisons and representatives. Please, a round of applause. To the class of 2023, we extend our most heartfelt congratulations. This is truly your time. Graduates, never underestimate the value of your academic experience. I'm confident our esteemed faculty, administration, and staff have given their best to prepare you for new experiences you will soon encounter. As you begin the next phase of your life, I challenge you to use the knowledge and skills you have gained and pay it forward. Take every opportunity to use your skills to mentor those as you were mentored, encourage those as you were encouraged, and above all, inspire those as you were inspired. Good luck to all of you. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of Rowan College of South Jersey, Cumberland Campus, Dr. James Picone. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome. I would like to start the program by recognizing and acknowledging Joe Akinskis. Please come onto the stage. Just stand right here. Joe Akinskis, the conductor of the Jazz Ensemble and the Wind Ensemble. He did a great job, didn't he? The band as well. Joe is celebrating 40 years as the Jazz Ensemble and Wind Symphony conductor. That's quite an accomplishment, 40 years. Joe started the band in January 1983. Anyone born in 1983 here? Some of the members have been in the band for almost 40 years as well. Students and community members have performed at many public events throughout New Jersey, Washington, D.C., and New York City. Joe continues to have many public performances. This provides opportunities to showcase the RCSJ as well as love of music with others. Joe, I want to thank you for your dedication to the college and the community. RCSJ continues to be recognized as a military-friendly school and recently claimed a place among the 10 top schools nationwide to earn this acknowledgement. We are proud of this designation, and we are extremely proud of our veteran students. At this time, I would like to recognize 2 RCSJ student veterans who are serving today as flag bearers. Please come to the podium. Carrying the American flag is Leslie Martinez. Leslie is from Puerto Rico and resides in Vineland, New Jersey, who will be graduating with a criminal justice degree. Since 2019, Leslie is serving in the U.S. Armed National Guard's Airman First Class 177th Security Force Squadron. Leslie has served in Kuwait and also assisted the evacuees from Afghanistan. She was awarded the Air Force Outstanding Unit Award, the National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Medal, Air Force Service Ribbon, and Armed Forces Reserve Medal, and Air Force Training Ribbon. After graduation, Leslie plans on pursuing a career in criminal law. Congratulations. Cody McMenamin. Cody is from Bridgeton, New Jersey, and resides in Rosenhain, New Jersey, and will be graduating with a horticulture degree. Cody served in the U.S. Army and was awarded the National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Medal, and the Army Service Ribbon. After graduation, Cody plans to further his knowledge in cannabis industry by gaining the proper certifications to start a cannabis business. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to bring the Commissioner Director, Doug Albrecht, up to the podium.
I'd like to present you both with certificate for the the Board of County Commissioners in honor of, I'll read Leslie's, and then yours is similar that as it's been read, but we've read into our records. One thing that the county has started, and I would like to, for both of you, that we have actually started on our website to kind of focus in on people that have make this county a little more special. So as you guys serve, as time goes on, we would like to extend an invitation that you sit in front of our cameras, so we get a story of where you are, where you're going to, and to show other people what you've focused in on. And I've heard a little bit about what you're going for, but this is something we extend. So I like to give you a proclamation in honor of Leslie Martinez by the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners. So on this day. So thank you. And this is also a proclamation in honor of Cody McMahon, and this is also from the Board of Commissioners. Thank you.
Stand here for a second. Stand here. At this time, will all the veterans and active military members present please stand and be recognized. The RCS Board of Trustees and Administration pledges to continue to be a nationally recognized military-friendly college. Thank you, and we're grateful for your service to our country. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize some of our graduate representatives from across RCSJ's academic divisions. Please come on stage. So as I say your name, please stand forward so people know who I'm talking about. It is my honor to introduce Emily Reed. Emily, yeah, just. Emily is from Gastonia, North Carolina, and now residing in Berlin, New Jersey, who will graduate with a social services degree and has a 3.7 GPA and a member of Phi Theta Kappa. While at RCSJ, it was a time of self-reflection and personal growth. She represents the Behavioral Science and Law and Social Justice Division. Emily had a challenging childhood as she was born into addiction, fell into addiction herself, and became homeless. At 22 years old, Emily found herself in an amazing place in Garrison, New York, a woman's home that transformed her and helped her heal. She is now back on track, 7 years sober and loving life. Emily now has a nonprofit called Woods and Water that focuses on mental health for veterans and first responders. She is also an impact specialist and certified in mental health first aid. She had great mentors in Dean Jan Hanselman and her academic advisor, Mr. Frank Piccioni. They helped her achieve her success. Emily was a student speaker at the Ascenda ribbon cutting ceremony in spring 2023. She plans to attend Georgian Court University in the fall for a BSW. Congratulations. It's my honor to introduce Raji Joshi from India, now residing in Vineland, New Jersey, who will be graduating with a double major in accounting and business administration and has a 3.82 GPA. She is a first-generation college student. She represents the Business Studies Division. Ms. Joshi is a lifelong learner, speaks 3 languages, including Hindi, Punjabi, and English. She came to us from India with multiple degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education, Master's in Sociology, Master's in Political Science, and a PhD in Sociology. She is an Alpha Beta Gamma Business Honor Society member. She earned the highest GPA in her academic program, Business Administration. Ms. Joshi is an adjunct instructor in Malway College in India and plans to attend Stockton University to pursue her MBA degree in finance. Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce George Watson from Summers Point, New Jersey, and resides in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, who will be graduating with a communication journalism degree and has a 3.8 GPA and is on the president's list. He represents the Communication, Creative, and Performing Arts Division. George is a single dad and had several challenges in his early 20s with addiction, but now has been clean and sober for 10 years. His first 2 professors made a significant difference in his life and made the transition easy for George to succeed. George is a member of the Media Club and has published 5 articles for The Voice, our college newspaper. His favorite published article and interview was with our president, Dr. Keating, when we first merged. George was an art and innovation communication intern and works for his family business. He will also be attending Stockton University in the fall to pursue a bachelor's degree in communications and journalism. Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce Kareem Rutledge, Jr. From Portsmouth, Virginia, and he now resides in Swedesboro, New Jersey, who will graduate with a liberal arts general degree and has a 3.3 GPA. He represents the Education and Humanities Division. Kareem is a TRIO and a Disability Special Services student. He overcame significant challenges in his quest to attend college. He had a very serious accident in 2018 that caused him to have a severe traumatic brain injury. Kareem had to relearn how to talk, walk, eat, care for himself, and went through significant rehabilitation to come back to college. He was the past president of the Faith Fellowship Club and a member of the first student cornhole championship team. Kareem is a testament of how determination, hard work, perseverance, support from his family, church, and the college community can help one to succeed. Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce Aiden Rivera from Vineland, who will graduate with a cybersecurity degree and has a 3.9 GPA. Aiden has earned certificates in A+, Net+, Security+, CHS, OSCP, and OSWE, the whole alphabet soup. In addition to his degree, he represents the STEM division. Aiden won first place in the cybersecurity Hack New Jersey IT in 2020 and has experience as a security operations central analyst. Aiden is a Navy veteran, works full-time for the Department of Homeland Security, active in his church, and serves the elderly in his community. He will attend Western Governors University to pursue a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce Melissa Straub from Pittsgrove, New Jersey. Who will graduate with an Associate's of Applied Science in Nursing and has a 3.3 GPA. She represents the Nursing and Health Professions Division. Melissa is an EOF and TRIO student, 2-year president of PTK Rho Gamma 5-star chapter, 2 times Distinguished Officer of PTK, 2 times New Jersey All-Star Academic Team, All-USA Scholarship nominee, member of the SNO Nursing Club, and was inducted into the National Society for Leadership and Success. Melissa will attend Rowan University to pursue a BSN and is interested in working as an emergency room nurse. Through her church, she has a mission trip scheduled for September to Calcutta, India, to work with critically ill children. She will then work alongside nurses in El Salvador to offer health care and vaccinations in various villages. Melissa's goal is to join the Army as an active duty field grade nurse officer. Congratulations. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the President of Rowan College of South Jersey, Dr. Fred Keating.
Good evening, everyone. And yes, welcome to Rowan College of South Jersey, the best county college in the state of New Jersey. And when you want to know why we are the best county college in the state of New Jersey, serving Cumberland and Gloucester counties, you just met them. That's why. That's who we are. We advertise it as a student-centered culture, and it is focused on you, the student body. And it takes this night, this time, to kind of reflect on that to get the battery recharged. So before we go any further, I'd like to start this party by recognizing the class of 2023. Let's give that class a round of applause. Why is this the best college? And the class of 2023 exemplifies it. We just got a taste of it, but there's hundreds and more sitting here tonight and others who could not make it tonight that carry that same tradition forward. Why are we the best? Because academically, we are now ranked #1 in the state of New Jersey. We are #1 in the athletic programs. We are a national recognition for military friendly. We have a standing in the Northeast as the second best college of health and nursing in the Northeast corridor of our country. We are a Hispanic serving institution with national recognition. So we put our credentials forward as much as any college or university. Premier partners with Rowan and Stockton, complete ease of transfer, 3+1 program design. If you want the affordability and accessibility and stay with us for another year, we can do that too.
We have partners now in Inspira Health, a multi-million-dollar investment in the arena of health, as we are the #1 provider of nurses. The #1 provider of nurses. And oh, by the way, we need a couple hundred more. So if you're in the nursing field, last night we did LPN, we did CNA, we do the RN. We gather everything we can to put people into the field of health, medicine, business, operation, food, cybersecurity, technology, you name it, STEM, science, agriculture. We're moving forward with partners in all of those areas for workforce development. This is a thriving institution, and it's thriving because this is the capital upon which we build our reputation, the class of 2023. To the parents, to the guardians, the friends, the neighbor, those of you, unfortunately, that have to sit in the sun and away from us, we wish we had a better way. But you are very much a part of this. And I'm going to ask the graduates if you would please rise for a moment. Please rise for a moment. Turn, face them, and congratulate and give them an offer of your appreciation. Thank you. Please, graduates, keep in mind, as others have already said, when you go home, as you leave here tonight, this is the time to let this moment sink in, because these moments will come and these moments will go, but the memory and what it has given you will not. Don't ever let it go. They put you in the chair. They, the faculty of this college, the administration, the board, and the county commissioners, put you in that chair. You put yourself in that chair because thousands of high school and county college students in the United States of America, thousands on thousands, dropped out during the pandemic. You did not. Give yourself a round of applause. So as students, I usually try to find one word over the years that I've done this as the president of this institution. Keep it short, keep it sweet. I get it. One word. In the past, we've used those that have been around a great deal. Courage, resilience, fortitude, knowledge, the veracity of the ability to stay to the task. You've heard the stories. This is not easy. This is not easy. None of you could be in here without a story to be told that would give us an idea of what you had to climb over to get to where you are. That's the world we live in. And I would ask you from this chair to yours, keep in mind the country in which we live. Keep in mind what's going on in our society. You are the educational members of what we call the knowledge community and the technical trained community of our country and society. It's incumbent on you to give us a better way of life. It's incumbent on you to further your study and be the givers back to the society. We need you. We are a country that is somewhat untethered at the moment. We are battling one another. We have arguments and debates over various aspects of our life. You must take us to a higher level. You must take us there. We haven't gotten there on our watch. Let's get there on your watch. So the one word I want to offer you as I spun these around basically came back to me because trying to lead this institution through the pandemic, we saw the destruction and damage to the human being. We saw people die in record numbers. We saw hospitals and our health system stretched really to almost breaking. We now see the labor shortage in every field, starting with the health field. We see that. You are going to have to fill that vacuum and void. You're going to have to fill it. You have already shown that you're resilient, but I'm going to give you one word tonight, just to think about one word. Time. Time. That's the one that kept coming back to me when I said, what do I stand and say to a graduating class? I'm only asking you to think about one word. Time. Now let's look at it from a different angle. The management of time. You've heard that over your course of study. How do you manage your time? You obviously did it well or you wouldn't be here. But that will get more difficult because many of you, most of you, have jobs, families, children, parents and guardians you care for, you name it, you're trying to deal with it. Transportation, childcare, food, clothing. We know. You must get around that and figure out a way to manage time that you can continue your study. So let's think about time in the way of management. Loss of time. The idea that we have lost time. This society has lost 3 years. When people come to me and say, what are we going to do in a post-pandemic world? By the way, today is May 11th. If you looked at a newspaper or a TV station today, our government declared the pandemic over today, May 11th. Yes? As our friends in nursing and health would say, tell that to a virus. If it's over, we are now in a post-pandemic consideration. You're the first class coming out. You were the one that went through it. You're the first one out of it. So loss of time and management of time. You lost time. You lost years of academic rigor and instruction while you sat with a laptop in your bedroom attempting to connect to the instruction of that faculty online, with many of you not even be able to get that consideration of service. Somehow you got around it. You managed your time and you took care of the loss of academic rigor and time. You must make it up. We think in our society we lost a generation of education. You can't go in a pandemic and shut schools and colleges and universities down for 2 to 3 years and not. We can't turn the light back on, but you turned it on enough to be here tonight. Congratulations. Two more. Waste of time. How many of us do waste time? Where we say, I'll do it tomorrow, maybe next year. Are you going to go on and get your baccalaureate? I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to drive for Grubhub and make some money, and mom's basement looks pretty comfortable. And no, don't waste it. You only get so much. We only get so much, and we didn't really appreciate time until we stared in the eyes of a virus that threatened our very life. And then we knew we had no control over the clock. You don't. The clock controls you. So be careful of the concept of wasting time. Manage it, make up for loss, and don't waste it. And the last is praying for more time. How many of us literally get on our knees at night and you'll hear songs that reference praying for time? We all are praying for more time on this earth and with our loved ones and our families. Hence, don't waste it. Manage it and make up for loss of it. I don't want to date myself too much, but I listened to a musical group by the name of Muse. Any of you youngins heard of it? Yeah, a couple. There you go. I got the cameraman. Yeah, it tells you how old you are. Rock band. One song sticks with me. Love it. Play it. And it speaks about time, and I'll close on it. Muse says, don't waste time. For if you waste time, time will waste you. One more time. Don't waste time, because if you waste time, time will waste you. So what I'm asking you tonight for the one-word reflection is look at the time that you've been through to get to that chair. You fought a pandemic, you had to manage it, it's brutal, you're still trying to fight with it, time and energy, jobs, and keeping your family alive and afoot. So what I'm going to ask you tonight is when this thing is about to be given to you, it is time for you to move on. This is the reminder of time to move on. This is the starting of the clock of the rest of your life, understanding that you're going to promise all of us up here and yourselves, you will not waste it, you will not lose any more, you will pray for more, and you will continue to use it so it does not waste you, and pursue your education. My last word to you is pursue your education. You are not finished. We say all the time at these ceremonies, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Starting block. When you feel this leatherette hit your hand, tell yourself for that one split moment and those people out there, when you hand it to them and show, this is the starting and the clock of the rest of your life. Congratulations. Introduction of the student speaker. I got caught up in that time part. I apologize. You already have met Melissa Straub. Melissa was here a moment ago. We talked before the ceremony. A nurse who wants to take the care of a human being to another country, to a third world nation, and assist children that are dying of disease. Pretty high in my book. Now we're back to where we started. So I am pleased to announce our commencement speaker, Melissa Straub. Again, an AAS in nursing, EOF in trio. She has been involved in student life. Phi Theta Kappa, I missed it. We're a nationally recognized academic honor society, this college. She will attend Rowan again and get a BSN. Her mission is to go to India, El Salvador. I heard others. And then she wants to join the Army as an active duty field grade nurse. Truly a servant leader. I give to you your student speaker, our student speaker, Melissa Straub.
Dear members of the Board of Trustees, President Keating, faculty, staff, guests, and my fellow graduates, it is my honor to deliver the commencement speech to you today. I'd like to recognize first and foremost the faithfulness of our Heavenly Father, who went before us, walked beside us, and who stood behind us, as it says in Matthew. Our family and friends who supported us, loved us, and prayed for us as we labored in our studies. And I want to congratulate you for making it here today. You did not get here without divine intervention, determination, and hard work. And for that, well done. Yay. Like the Apostle Paul, I believe we fought the good fight, we finished the race, and we kept the faith. So, we finally made it to the end of our community college race. We might have started this race differently, but we ran it together and crossed that finish line side by side. If you're anything like me, you did not start your race without a few uncertainties, bumps, and tears along the way. But here we are, wearing our graduation cap and gown, and we are ready to receive our diplomas. Give yourselves a round of applause. For some of you, your college race started while you were still in high school. You juggled high school assignments, activities, and teen life while completing college-level classes. Making the decision to start before your peers might have been intimidating, but you overcame that fear and started the college race anyway. For others, the college race began right after high school. Despite all those beneficial senior seminar classes, the thought of leaving the familiar to venture into the unfamiliar still felt frightening. Undeterred, you started the race anyway. Others, you waited to start your college race. You handled working a job, caring for children, managing a household, and yet still found time to complete your assignments and study for exams. Doubts may have flooded your mind, but you rose to the occasion, conquered your fear, and started the race. We each began our race a little differently. Although we all faced some fear of the unknown about starting something new, we never faced it alone. Together with our classmates, we worried about that one assignment, stressed about that one quiz, and feared for our lives over that one exam. But now, we're finally at the end of our community college race. Because you did not allow fear to defeat you, you started a race that changed your life. You formed long-lasting friendships and accomplished goals you never knew you could. Now that this race is over, what will you do next? Many of you sitting here today are unable to answer that question, but I want you to remember how you not only overcame your fears, but also how you conquered them. I believe what God says about the future. In Jeremiah 29, he says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for good and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." So having achieved this milestone today, I know we will all go on to do amazing things. So begin your next race. God bless you, and congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Melissa. It is my pleasure to announce the Cumberland Campus 2023 Adjunct of the Year and the 2023 recipient of the Teacher Excellence Award. This adjunct faculty member has taught both philosophy and ethics courses for the college since 2010. I had the pleasure of hiring him when I was the Dean of Arts and Humanities. He is very focused on student success and reaches out to struggling students to keep them on track. His theological background has provided an excellent foundation for teaching philosophy and ethics. His classes fill regardless of day or time. That includes his 8 a.m. classes. Has anyone took his 8 a.m. class here? Oh, there's the hand. Very popular. I don't think I ever took any 8 a.m. classes in college. He engages his students in discussions of moral and ethic dilemmas that have impacted the human condition. His wealth of knowledge, his positive attitude, and sense of humor has helped to make him one of our most popular instructors at the college. He can always be counted on supporting our students and always has their best interest at heart. It is my pleasure to present the 2023 Adjunct of the Year Award for RCSJ Cumberland Campus to Louis Spies. The 2023 Teaching Excellence Award. This faculty member started her career at Cumberland County College in 1998. This faculty member's compassion and dedication to her students is endless. She brings a wealth of professional and personal experience to her students through her skillful, interactive, enthusiastic approach to teaching. She gave her students real-world experience by attending professional association events, taking students to tour both the Philadelphia and the New York Stock Exchanges, and hosting business leaders in her classes. She has been an active member of the Distance Learning Committee and was instrumental in designing and revising the online course template. She has mentored faculty in course design and effective online teaching practices. A former student noted she was extremely empathetic, caring, and understanding throughout the semester. She was always available and always made sure I had the support that I needed. People like her helped to make me who I am today. I will always be grateful for that. It is my pleasure to present the 2023 Teaching Excellence Award for RCSJ Cumberland Campus to Professor Judy Capuzzi. At this time, I would like to introduce Judy Atkinson, the Vice President of Student Services.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to announce the Cumberland Campus 2023 Advisor of the Year Award. The Advisor of the Year is presented to a full-time academic advisor to recognize sustained excellence in advising that encourages students' intellectual curiosity and serves as a model for his colleagues. This year's recipient of the RCSJ Advisor of the Year for the Cumberland Campus is Frank Piccone III. Frank is a Wilmington University alumnus who graduated with his MBA in 2016. Frank is a proud 34-year Navy veteran who began working at the college in 2024 as a math adjunct professor. In 2017, he became a student development advisor for one of our STEM grants, and then transitioned from the grant to serve as a student development generalist in 2018. Frank is a beloved advisor, demonstrated by the fact that he was also honored for this award in 2018 and 2021. In fact, being nominated and the recipient of this award for the third time is truly precedent-setting. Frank dedicates himself to student success and retention. He was voted for this most prestigious award by both staff and students. Please help me in congratulating and applauding Frank's unwavering dedication to our institution and the students it serves.
One tradition that we had established at commencement is to have you, the students of the graduating class, recognize the faculty and staff, those individuals who have played the most significant role in your academic development over the past several years. In keeping with that tradition, I ask the faculty and staff to please stand and face the graduating class. Graduates, please recognize this exceptional faculty and staff. Thank you. Chair Concordia, will you please join me? Now for what everybody here, I think, has been waiting for. Will all candidates for degrees and certificates please rise? Mr. Gene Concordia, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Rowan College of South Jersey, I have the honor to present to you the graduating class of 2023. The faculty have determined that these candidates have filled the requirements for their respective degrees: Associate in Arts, Associate in Fine Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science, and certificates, and they are therefore qualified to have these degrees and certificates conferred on them at this time.
Thank you, Provost Rickards. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of New Jersey, I hereby award the graduating class of 2023 the degree of Associate in Arts, Associate in Fine Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science, and certificates, as the case may be, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Congratulations. We would now like to invite the class of 2023 to come forward so that we may award you individually the degrees that you have learned. Please begin to come forward as you have practiced. Congratulations. You guys don't have to stand.
Ready?
Associate in Science, Criminal Justice. Erica R. Blewett. Estefania Gabriel Gonzalez. Stephanie Gonzalez. Vincent A. Lacarte. Awilda S. Luciano. Rafael Morales. Kayla Marie Ortiz. Erica D. Quinones. Stephanie Ann Risley. Associate in Science, Criminal Justice, Corrections. Leslie M. Martinez. Associate in Science, Criminal Justice, Forensics and Technology, Kiana L. Hernandez. Miranda Lee Kohler. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Social Science, Nayeli Aquino. Leon Bone. Geneva Canyon. Karen Victoria Medina. Deandra M. Moore. Associate in Arts, Psychology, Morgan I. Allen. Alexandria Marie Bongiorno. Avani Romaine Downing. Emily E. Heisen. Tyria C. Nicholson. Abigail Brooke Stidham. Paige Margaret Woody. Associate in Science, Social Service, Angelica Bailey. Sadani N. Dawkins. Anaya T. Hitchens. Sierra Maldonado. Michael T. MacArthur. Emmanuel A. Ortiz. Emily S. Reed. The Division of Business Studies, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, Francis Camacho. Rajni Joshi. Miriam Rosado Correa. Raymond Torres. Associate in Science, Business Administration, Jerilis Aviles. Veronica J. Diaz. Juana Juarez Franco. Evita Luna Castillo. Ashley Matias Cano. Shanika Shanice Newland. Diana Perez. Lane F. Schwegel. Zayaja Shields. Associate in Science, Business Management, Camille Johan Alvarado. Precious L. Harker Laboy. Citrali Denise Lopez Marroquin. Alan Ramirez Santiago. Brittany Morgan Reeves. Vanessa C. Reynolds. Darianne Rose Smith. Nivea Aidelis Soriano. Lucero Vargas Cruz. Associate of Applied Science, Business Management, Entrepreneurship. Alejandra Bustamante. Jessica Gonzalez. Elizabeth Jimenez. Sky McKinnon. Maite S. Ruiz. Associate of Applied Science, Business Management, Finance. Esmeralda Santiago Garcia. Nicole I. Townsend. Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Arts, Interactive Game Design. Dulce Flor Garcia Morales. Willie J. Kent. Uriel Samano. Alejandro Bosico Vega. Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Arts, Print Design. Cindy Huang. Sandy M. Reyes. Associate in Science, Human Resource Management. Dina M. Matias. Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, Graphic Arts. Chris Torquato Bruno. Associate of Applied Science, Network Management. Daniel Rafael Uhari. The Division of Communications and Creative and Performing Arts. Associate of Fine Arts in Fine Arts. Matthew Devon O'Brien. Associate of Fine Arts, Theater Acting. Ariana Grace Cardillo. Bradley Tyler Marcus. Associate in Arts, Integrated Marketing, Communications, and Public Relations. Quinn Emerson Riley. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Art Education, Michelle Pablo. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Digital Communications, Tyrell Dixon Dunn. George F. Watson. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Music, Rosalind Virginia Rodriguez. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Radio, Television, and Film, Raven A. Figueroa Montero. Brandon C. Kiley. Michael Alexander Seda. The Division of Education and Humanities. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Christian Adams. Connor Dustin Allen. Katie Montserrat Almanza Gonzalez. Courtney Rebecca Ayers. Sarah Rebecca Bagnati. Kaylee Michelle Barragan. Natalie Jean Parkhill. Madison Elizabeth Becker. Brooke Taylor Benvenuti. Stanislav Borodavka. Laila Boutros. Jose Manuel Bravo. Delbay Briggs. Michael Robert Bunting. Sarah Catherine Kakeze.
Gianna R. Kane. Edwin Calixto, Jr. Robert Anthony Callahan, Jr. Aaliyah Marie Camarena. Fernanda Castillo. Maggie Elizabeth Koya. Sky Taylor Cook. Adria Kotler. Ryan Chris. Carter J. Crockett. Brianna Crooks. Lillian Cruz Garcia. Alicia Michelle Cruz Hernandez. Ashley Cushing. Gwendolyn DeKnight. Colton Jacob Del Calo. Jocelyn Marie Eduardo. Cameron Lynn Hope Estlo. Ava Catherine Felice. Travis Gandy. Caitlin Ismarie Garcia. Antonio Eliseo Garcia Ramirez. Jaden Isaiah Gibbs. Sebastian Martin Gonzalez. Fernanda Gonzalez Romero. London Robert Green. Sean Christopher Henry. Tyler James Henson. Eddie Hernandez. Maria Guadalupe Hernandez Tlapa. Alexis Terry Hyder. Gabrielle Ewaskowitz. Gabriel David Johnson. Juliana Elizabeth Jones. Shara D. Kirkland. Destiny Deneen Knight. Eliza Langlois. Sarah Naomi Laupsch. Ava Grace Lavari. Kelani Sierra Lopez. Cassandra Luna Castillo. Keija L. Mack. Lily Ann Mahabir. Lila Kelsey Mancebo. Abigail Marikin. Diana Nevea McGriff. Sebastian A. Mercado. Emily Marino Castro. Jackson Robert Millard. Alexis Moeller. Genevieve L. Morgan. Lizeth Moyao Jimenez. Juliana Emma Nani. Natalie Ojeda. David Okendo. Patricia Ruby Ortega Canseco. Daniela Osorio. Rebecca Carol Panchasine. Alexi C. Paraskevas. David Pasichnik. Diana Edith Perez. Elizabeth Guadalupe Perez. Emily Jasmine Perez. Eric Andrew Perez. Jesus Perez. Jocelyn Perez Sosa. Virginia Perez Santiago. Mallory Jean Pisano. Tadden James Rempel. Natalie Elizabeth Rep. Shreya Ritish. Zaria Alexandra Riley. Sky Rivera. David Rodriguez. Melanie Angel Rodriguez. Stephanie Roque. Aaliyah Paulette Rothmaler. Fernando Zuriel Ruiz. Dakota T. Runkle. Debriana Michelet Russell. Kareem Jamal Rutledge. Kevin T. Sack. Aurelio Joanny Sanchez Ramirez. Brian Sanders. Ella Schreiner. Sienna Rose Serrano. Diana Shanava. Carolina Sharp. Rigoberto Silva. Jessica Brooke Simpkins. Cameron Skinner. Samantha Jean Smith. Kendall Justine Soy. Ediseli Janaya Soto. Christian J. Staniak. Christopher Adam Stewart. Ronald Lawrence Sutton III. Ambrielle Jordan Thompson. Colin Titus. Emiliano Edelmiro Torres. Carla Grisel Ureña Rosa.
Noah Daniel Uzolina. Giovanni Belis. Addison Verganoff. Taylor Whitaker. Hayden Wickward. Hold on. Charles Albert Wilmore II. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Elementary, Secondary Education. Brianna Page Blizzard. Amber LaRae Bradford. Kelsey M. Martinez. Magic S. Mears. Thank you. Farwa Nawas. Celali Rodriguez. Annette M. Vijalba Torres. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts History. Christopher P. Walsh. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts General. Olivia Joy DeChico. Division of Nursing and Health Professions, Associate in Science, Biological Science, Health Science, Vivienne J. Arroyo. Jessica Funmi T. Ieni. Luz Maria Balderas. Andrea Bermudez. Kayla Emily Bius. Jonah C. Bond. Lupita Carranza. Christina Carrasco. Urja Chowdhury. Ishel P. Cisneros. Zuleika Cologne. Jennifer Cruz Hernandez. Congratulations. Jeffrey Howard Dash. Ariel De La Rosa. Luz Daniela Espinoza Feliz. Ashley Faustino. Warren Patrick Fernandez. Jasmine M. Flores. Damian Jermaine Grooms. Sandra I. Hammond. Ana Karen Hernandez Perez. Sharonda E. Kent. Brianna C. King. Kane Kinoshita McBride. Dana K. McClintock. Dama Lee Melendez. Haley I. Malik. Cyan J. Morrissey. Fernanda Paola Ortiz. Leonardo Perez. Chloe M. Pierce. Trinity T. Pritchett. Adrian M. Reese. Layla Regan. Angela J. Ridgway. Janaya Andrea Robinson. Michelle S. Rodriguez. Nicole M. Rosado Figueroa. Cynthia M. Santiago. Nicole L. Sayers. Olivia Carly Scarpula. Francesca Vera Gonzalez. Natalie Vaquero Perez. Layla Angelique Velez. Associate of Applied Science Nursing, Erica L. Carey Lord. Christina Nicole Maletta. Boguslaw A. Sakan. Melissa Grace Straub. Associate of Applied Science, Radiography, Michaela Madison Kremen. Dory Mary Ferreni. Eddie Hernandez. Michelle R. Keller. Olivia Catherine Leone. Grace E. Meehan. Cassidy Taylor White. Division of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Associate in Science, Arts, and Sciences, Brandon Oscar Santana. Associate in Science, Biological Science, Isabel Alvarez. Nazeth Garcia Gabino. Sarah Elizabeth Hullahan. Erin Lynn McMahon. Jennifer Osorio. Hannah Lynn Rasmussen. Catherine Renee Rasmussen. Priscilla Rosario Abreu. Teresa Barbara Walker. Maria Michelle Sarasua. Associate in Science Chemistry, Gregory Scott Burgess. Angel Espinoza. Associate in Science Chemistry, Pre-Pharm D option, Eddie Joel Sanchez. Associate in Science Computer Science, John N. Bermudez. Victoria Komnarenko. Isha S. Patel.
I got you. If you want me to, I'll
Jace Charles Quiles.
Is it Trejo Moran?
Okay. Jennifer Trejo Moran. Jordan Abby Wilson. Associate in Science Cybersecurity, Ali Muntasser Al-Rikabi. Alana Renee Bright. Melanie N. Ridgway, excuse me. Aiden Carlos Rivera. Associate in Science Engineering, Chelsea Dabrowski. Associate in Applied Science Horticulture, Cody Charles McMahon.
Let's give all the graduates a big round of applause. It is my honor to introduce the student chosen to present the 2023 class charge. Please welcome Kayla Ortiz from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, who will graduate with a criminal justice degree as part of RCSJ's 3+1 program. She will continue her studies here for one more year and then complete her education at Rowan University. Kayla is a Las Villas student who served as a 2022-2023 Executive Vice President of the Rho Gamma chapter of PTK Honor Society. She is also recently appointed to serve as the East District President of the PTK Middle States region. Kayla aspires to attend law school after completing her 4-year degree and then begin her career as an attorney. Congratulations.
Class of 2023, our hard work and dedication has led us to this moment. I'm so honored to speak to you this evening. Our experience has taught us the importance of stepping out of our comfort zone, keep moving forward when times are tough, and making every moment count. Throughout my time at RCSJ, I was a Las Villas student, Executive Vice President of our PTK Honor Society, and recently appointed the East District President of PTK. RCSJ faculty and staff have provided us many amazing opportunities, personally and professionally. Thank you to everyone who has helped me through my academic journey. As we look to our future, it is important to remember that this is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new chapter. Let us not forget the lessons we have learned and the people who have helped us along the way. Thank you to my parents and family for their love and support. You are the reason I'm standing up here today. Each one of us has a unique story to tell about our RCSJ journey to graduation, and we should be proud of all that we have accomplished. As RCSJ graduates, let's strive to make meaningful impacts on the world, embrace new opportunities, and seek new experiences. I am so proud to graduate with you today, and I am excited to see what amazing things we will accomplish in the future. Congratulations and thank you. Will the graduating class of 2023 please rise? Move your tassel from right to left. I present to you the Rowan College of South Jersey class of 2023. You may be seated.
You may stand up. Please join me in our benediction. Will you bow with me? Let us pray. Dear Lord, as we leave this place, our hearts have been filled with joy and our minds have been lifted by the potential and possibilities that await each of these graduates. As they go out into the world, help them to see their future looks bright. And because of them, our future looks bright. Their ideals, their morals, their values, their work ethic, and their ability to accept the mantle of leadership that comes with this graduation will be the building blocks that will make our communities, our counties, our states, and our world a better place. Oh God, we pray that they will never turn away from the challenges that will certainly confront them. In the words of Roger Crawford, the disabled Hall of Fame athlete, being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional. Now, as graduates, family, and friends, we leave to continue their celebrations. In closing, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.